What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today's video is going to be about Nigeria and how I believe that the Nigerian people are not going to allow Uncle to send them to war. The Nigerian people are not going to allow Uncle to send them to war. First off, how is it that a country that's having issues with Boko Haram in the north and various other French-sponsored terrorist organizations in the north, and a bunch of other uncles sponsored terrorists in the north, how is it that they can't handle some guys running around in the desert with old machine guns and flip-flops, all right, riding around on bikes, shooting people on the outskirts? How is it that the Nigerian military are not giving the equipment, because I know that's the reason why, not giving the equipment or the means to take care of that, but they're gonna go and fight Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, who both have United States of America trained and professional militaries? They're gonna go over there and stop them. How is it that Nigeria, who has a history of colonialism, just like everybody else, right, the center of the transatlantic slave trade, how is it, with all that being said, that Uncle will have the nerve to go try to fight, right, to start a whole war on the west of Africa, to start a massive multi-country war that would effectively start the World War III? Why would any uncle go start a war with their brothers and sisters, with Niger, who are basically the brothers and sisters of Northern and Nigerians? Same family. You want to get them to fight. You want the Ukraine and Russia thing to be rehashed, but you want that to happen after. We know Europeans want that to happen. They want us to be at war the same way they're at war. If they got a scorch earth, they want us to scorch earth. What sensible leader of Africa would ever fall for such a trick? Huh? I'm just glad that I see all the other West African leaders speaking out loud saying we're not falling for that trick. And I hope that the other West African, not just West, the other African leaders who are speaking truth to power, who are telling the head of ECOWAS, I don't think so, right? Because what we don't need is another Uncle Tom putting West Africa into a massive war that will continue for years and years and years, destabilizing all the progress that us African people have been making worldwide. Everybody knows Nigeria is supposed to be the giant of Nigeria, the giant of Africa. But they're not living up to their potential, all because we got uncles that's in the way. We got uncles that still want to steal, that still want to gain power for their own personal gain, and they don't seem to care about the people at all right? The puppets of the West. We still have a few puppets of the West that still have strings that's being manipulated by Europeans. But I'm just so glad that there's so many other African leaders that's just not taking it. How is it that a country like Nigeria, right? And I know it's not the Nigerian people, because if you look at any social media with Nigerians, they're vehemently against Uncle trying to take them to war or trying to coerce a war with a brother and sister country who's trying to liberate themselves from oppression, from France. Since when? Since when are we on the side of the Europe against our own brothers and sisters? Why is Uncle the only one? Out of all the African countries, don't you see Africa's rising? Africa's rising. African leaders are being smart. African leaders are taking over their own agency. All right? But you still got an uncle who don't care about none of that. As long as he's in power, as long as he can get all the butter biscuits from France, as long as he can still get special favors for his family. It baffles my mind, but not so much, because we still got a bunch of uncles in America doing exactly the same thing. And you know who they are, the MAGA. They worship and praise white supremacy. They worship and praise white systems. They worship and praise white government. They worship and praise white politicians. So it's the same archetype, the same type of African who would sell their own people into slavery. They still exist. They still exist. The same type of African that will whip a fellow African that's put into slavery. They still exist. The same type of African who would sell his country out for money. They still exist. We see them. Our biggest enemy are the enemies from within, our own people. You see, Europeans never defeated us. Europeans never beat us. What they did was they tricked us into beating ourselves. They tricked us in creating those archetypes of the slave trader, the archetypes of the uncle that's currently running Nigeria, the archetype of the black Trump Republican who go against their entire race so they can kiss the ass of white supremacy. See, you don't see me talking about no liberal nothing, because that's still white supremacy. You don't see me going to bat for Biden because he's a piece of shit racist. I know that. Just like Donald Trump's a piece of shit racist. It's just that I'm smart enough to know who is the clear and present danger at the time. Who right now is the clear and present danger to Africans? It's the Republican Party, the current Republican Party. People think that these political parties are separated by political ideologies, when in actuality, at this moment, political parties are being separated by race, by cultural ideologies. All right, that's the thing about it. By culture, they don't talk about policy. They don't give a shit about policy. They're all hypocrites when they talk about policy. It's about race. White people are trying to save themselves. Because of their policies, they're going extinct. All of the things that they've gained through blood and sand, blood and soil, is being taken away from them. They're being assimilated into all the other races. They're disappearing as a white race. And they're trying to do everything they can to survive, which I can't blame them, you know, but that's the beast. And I understand the beast. You stick your hand in a lion cage and expect him not to bite you. You're gonna get mad at the lion? The lion is just doing what lions do. White people are just doing what they do. You can't even get mad at them. It's nature. This is how they are. We, as black people, we have our own nature and how we are. And what we need to do is we need to interact with them knowing how they are, instead of pretending like they're like us. Instead of pretending like they feel and operate the same way we do. So no, I don't think Nigeria is gonna go start no war. I don't even think the troops would do it. I think if you tried to force the Nigerian troops to go across the land border and fight their brothers and sisters, I think there'd be a coup. I think Uncle, he got a few more things he's gonna do before it breaks. People don't understand. Nigerians are tired. They're tired. They're ready to improve. They have everything ready to go. And all these damn greedy ass uncles are keeping the top on the bottle that's ready to explode. That's what's happening. Nigeria is ready to go. The people are ready. All right? Nigeria should be, India just went to space. Nigeria should have been trying to land on the moon too. That's where we should supposed to be at. Where India is right now, that's where Nigeria should be right now. But now, India is landing crafts on the moon, and we got Uncle over here who just wasting time. Nigeria should be the first ones trying to go into space, have a big space program. They should be focusing their energy on things like that. They want to do that. They got the education, they got the intelligence, they got the money, they got the technology. What they don't got is good, responsible leaders who actually care about the people. That's the problem. But don't worry, it's coming. There's only a few uncles left. There's only a few uncles left from the old ways. And as soon as these guys get eliminated, as soon as they get deleted, as soon as they get their 401ks cashed in, as soon as they get put to the side, as soon as they get put to pasture, then Africa will rise. They'll finally be at the level where they can really make some fast moves, the same way China make their fast moves. So we're on the way. I just want to say, I don't think Nigeria is going to go to war. That uncle is not going to get West Africans to fight each other in no war. We don't have time for none of that. We're already at war. We don't have time to go to war with each other, because that's exactly what the Europeans want. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach them. I'm out.